Tiny bubbles, tiny little bubbles in my glass. They're beautiful. I love tiny bubbles. What's going on, beer lovers, and welcome to another episode. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we are in San Clemente, California at Lost Winds Brewing Company. They may have been only open for about a year, but they are making a big splash in Southern California, and we cannot wait to try their beers.
I didn't even know that they were open or existed until Jeff let me know. So I'm really excited to see what they're all about. I quick scan through their Instagram. I'm loving their marketing, that's for sure. I'm loving their photography. Can't wait to see if I'm loving their beer.
Well, Jacob, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's have some beer. So here is your history lesson on Lost Winds Brewing. This brewery opened just a little over a year ago by a man named Tim Thralls. And the reason why it's called Lost Winds, it's actually got a really unique story. There is a beach nearby that was originally called Calle Lost Wind, and there was a street that led into it called Calle Lost Wind, and the locals started just transforming or mutating that name into Lost Winds. Well, Tim, I guess, lived locally or surfed the area and was a big fan of it, and the name took on and it held strongly. He's been a home brewer for years and decided to open this brewery here in San Clemente, California. Now, one really cool thing to note about this brewery is that they specialize in Belgian style beers. Not just Belgian beers, but they're using Belgian malts and yeast towards traditional West Coast style beers. So we're gonna try some IPAs today with some Belgian malts. We're gonna try some blondes with some Belgian yeast. We're gonna try all kinds of awesome beers with a Belgian influence in it. And you guys know how I feel about Belgian, so I'm super stoked to try it. So let's go ahead and get started.
So this is Lost Winds 365 IPA, and it really makes me excited to try the rest of this flight because this is a Belgian style IPA. So it's taking two things that really got me into craft beer and combining them to one. I love Belgian style and I love IPA, and those were the first two styles that I tried and made me think I really need to try more craft beer. All right, Lost Winds, this is a really good start to my day here. This is a Belgian IPA. Two things that I love, and I can immediately taste it when it first touches my lips. It is spicy, it's kind of got this bubblegum yeast flavor character, but it's also hoppy. Those are just... Belgian and IPA are both something that also belong at the beach in the summer with the sun in your face. They're refreshing, they're very just citrusy and fruity and floral and just all the things that I love. All these great notes. At 6.9%, this is something that is sessionable, but also still carries just a little bit of heft to it, but not enough to get you messed up. This is my kind of beer.
Well, guys, it's time to start tasting the beers, and my first one up is called Trail 6 Belgian Blonde. This is a 5.2% blonde ale, and I gotta love the glass, man. They have the palm tree on the back, they have Lost Winds on the front. It's pretty sick, but I wanna know what the inside of the glass tastes like, so let's check it out. Cheers.
There's a Bella Colina down in
This beer, I tell you what, this is very reminiscent of summer. And even though it's winter right now, this is exactly what I want. It's fantastic blonde ale. It's light, it's crisp, it's got delicious, delicious malt presence to it. It's got little tiny fruit notes to it, but at the end it's just got a nice, crisp, clean finish, super refreshing. This is something that I want to drink while I'm like laying out by the pool, or laying out by the beach, or really just laying out by a body of water where I can have an excuse to drink some beer. So this is damn good. This is a great way to start the day.
So before I try Surfin' Pelican Pale Ale, which is a Belgian Pale Ale, I have to kind of take note. Lost Winds, this is your taster flight glass. It is, for anything Belgian style, they give it to you in these tiny little tulips, and for anything not so Belgian style, they give it to you in these tiny beer cans. I'm a fan already. That just makes me really happy and makes me want to come home with one. But without much ado, let's try this Belgian Pale Ale. Wow, so at only 5.1% ABV, this is giving me tons of flavor. Wow, this is really fruity, really just in your face with the yeast character. It's got a lot of things going on. The hops are also there. They're not that much in the background. They're actually brought pretty close up in front for you to taste and really enjoy. Yeah, I mean, you can tell from this darker color, it's got a bit of that kind of caramel malt sweetness to it, which really blends very well with the yeasty like banana character. It's kind of like caramel covered bananas sounds pretty damn amazing to me. It's not that sweet, but it does give you the impression of having something like that, like a candied banana. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. It's got just enough bitterness to keep it from being too sweet. Yeah, I'm on board.
You know, sometimes when I drink beer, I like to get crazy, and today, we're going streaking. This is a 6.5 IPA, and you know, it actually has quite a hazy quality to it. I don't know if that's more that it's unfiltered or a hazy. It's not striking me as a hazy beer, but I love the name nonetheless, and I'm really excited to see what it tastes like. So let's dig in. Cheers. Oh. This is everything that I love in a West Coast style IPA in a glass. Woo! Oh. Fruity, piney, dank finish, clean finish, solid malt presence. It is freaking delicious. When it hits your lips, you'll want to go streaking. This is incredible. This is... I feel really bad for the beers that are coming next because they just got owned already. This is my winner already.
Alright, so this is St. Lawson's Belgian Golden Strong, and St. Lawson is basically the namesake for Lost Winds. Lawson became Lost Winds in a bastardization of a monk's name, and one of the owners gave us a really great kind of history of Lost Winds names, which I'm sure Jeff reiterated already. And I can't wait to try the namesake beer. And I love Belgian Golden Strong, so cheers. Yeah, at 7.2%, it's not too boozy, it's not too heavy. It carries all of the light, floral, fruity, the characters that Belgian yeast gives you without being weighed down by too much alcohol content. It's something that, I mean, 7.2%, that's regular single IPA range. This is something that you can have a couple of without feeling too, crazy or inebriated, and you still get all of the really great yeast characters. If you guys already know, Jeff loves his hops, I love my yeast, and this brewery is bringing the yeast. And they're bringing it their game.
Well guys, this place was named after a staircase called Calle Lost Wind, and this is called Stairway IPA. This is a 7.3% IPA, and apparently it's going to be tropical and juicy, and you guys know me and my tropical and juicy. Again, this one's got a very unfiltered look to it. I don't know if it's meant to be a hazy beer, but you know what? Nonetheless, I'm just gonna dig in. Oh, and can I just point out real quick? Tiny bubbles. I love tiny bubbles. Anyways, cheers. Wow, okay. So, this is a very interesting beer. It's definitely got its fruity notes towards the beginning of the beer, the aroma and the initial flavor. But on the back end, not only do you get a strong malt presence, but you definitely get a strong hop presence. It's very resinous. It's sticking on my tongue a little bit. This is actually quite a bitter beer. I wouldn't say it's overdone. This isn't something that you have to like run away from if you're not into huge hop presence. But it is something where if you were gonna drink this, this would be something that you would drink slow, not something that you would be knocking back all night. But still a good beer. I like this a lot.
All right, so as much as I'm having a Belgian field day, I couldn't go home without trying at least one IPA. So I picked Craft Clemente, which is their tropical IPA that's loaded with like passion fruit and just a bunch of delicious tropical hops. I can't wait to try it. Whoa, holy shit. Okay. They have really great descriptions in their tasting list of the beers before you order them, so you already know what you're expecting. And they specifically say that this is loaded with tropical hops and just fruit flavors. I did not expect the aroma on this guy though. It really hits you in the face with just tropical fruit. Like, they're not kidding. And I'm pretty damn sure this is all coming from hops. And it makes me really happy to take a sip. Yeah, holy crap. Damn, Jeff's gonna be really upset that I grabbed this beer and not him. Oh my god. This is really nice. And that's an understatement. Like, just the amount of just like fruit juice that I know is coming from hops that they packed into this beer is great. It's got a nice bitterness on the finish, but just the amount of hop fruitiness that punches you in the face from the aroma and continues on in the taste. This is already on track for becoming one of my favorite beers that I've tried, and I really love that Belgian Golden Strong. So, damn. You really just have to come try this.
All right, guys, so guess what? They don't only have IPAs here, they also have stouts. This one's called Nitro San Jose Stout. This is 5.5%, and honestly, with all the IPAs we've been having today, I think I need a little palate break, so hopefully this does the trick. Cheers. So this is a really light, roasted, malty stout. You get a lot of the chocolate notes out of those roasted malts. You don't get anything like coffee. You don't get sweetness from chocolate or anything. It's got a really light body to it, which 5.5% you can understand. For me, this probably isn't my favorite stout I've ever had. I would say that they could probably improve this by maybe upping the amount of chocolate malts that they use in this. Maybe get a little bit of a higher ABV. And in all honesty, chocolate and coffee, I don't know why, but with stouts, chocolate and coffee is like a you can do no wrong. I would say that would be a nice addition to this, but still a really light, enjoyable stout to drink. If you're not an IPA drinker, I feel like if you come to Lost Winds, this is what you want to order.
So this beer is going to be Friar's Tipple Belgian Tripel. So according to their definitions, a tipple is the drinking of alcohol in small doses and it becoming a habit. So, I mean, that's basically all we do on this channel is drink alcohol in small doses all the time. So, cheers to Tipples. So at 9.5%, this is a little bit heftier than the Belgian Golden Strong that I already had. And I would say it's packing just a little bit more flavor and character with it. You know, even though you're getting more alcohol, you're not tasting more alcohol and you're not feeling like it's weighing you down any more than that Belgian Golden Strong that I already had. So at about 2% more ABV, this is probably giving me more flavor and more alcohol. And I would say this is really good. It's got all the yeast character that you want. It's very reminiscent of the Belgian Golden Strong, but just with a little bit more oomph. And yeah, I gotta say, I'm liking that.
The next beer up is a fun one. It's called Daylight Sobbing. It is a IPA with 5.6% alcohol by volume. Nelson Sauvin is one of those hop varieties that I'm a big fan of. It's reminiscent of wine and grapes and grapefruit, and it's just got like a very rich and unique flavor to it. So I'm stoked to try this. Let's dig in. Cheers. Yeah, this is great. You definitely get like the bitterness from the Nelson Sauvin. At the same time, you're getting like the fruity pithiness of a grapefruit, a little bit of like grape skin, and then also you're getting a little bit of those Belgian malts too. They're kicking in as well. This is really crisp as well for an IPA. This is kind of like a West Coast IPA without being a West Coast IPA, if that makes sense. It's got like the nice step process to the beer from start to finish. It kind of changes, but the end is nice, crisp, clean. It leaves you wanting more. In fact, I'm gonna drink more, so yeah, you guys see me on the next beer.
As it is the holiday season, it only makes sense that I try Lost Winds Happy Birthday Baby Jesus. Because it's the baby Jesus' birthday. And the baby Jesus celebrates his birthday with red ale with cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, and orange peel. Merry Christmas to y'all. And to y'all a good night. Woo. Alright, let's get into this, as I already have it on my mustache. Wow, yeah. It's loaded with spices, but that orange peel really like rounds it out and doesn't let any one spice become overwhelming. I really enjoy this. It's spicy, but like I said, not overwhelming. It's only 6.8%, so it's relatively reasonable in terms of, you know, sessionability. I don't taste really any booziness to it. It really lets the malt character of the red ale speak for itself, just accented by spices. Yeah, I was kind of worried that it was going to be too overspiced. It's not. I'm enjoying this. Kind of wish John was here because, I mean, he loves red ales. I think this is one spice red ale he'd be happy to have. So, happy birthday, baby Jesus.
Well, guys, if you're not sick of IPAs yet, then thank you for sticking around, because we're down to the last beer, and guess what it is? It's an IPA. This is called Whirlpool Galaxy Double IPA. This is 8.5%. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Galaxy hops. It is probably my favorite hop variety, and this has got a very hazy look to it. I know I mentioned that on some of the other beers earlier. Those looked more unfiltered. This looks like a hazy beer. So you give me hazy and you give me Galaxy, you're my best friend. So, and an 8.5 ABV, I might mention. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm ready to drink. Cheers, guys. How do I put it without being like too blunt? Yum. Yummy. One of those words. I don't know. Yum-tastic. Yum-alicious.
Yum-tastic.
That would be like an oxymoron. Alright, so you guys know me in Galaxy. I'm a big fan. This has got fantastic tropical notes on the nose. You're getting pineapple, you're getting a lot of passion fruit, papaya, guava. You dig in and it just pumps it right up. You're getting all that and then some. It's got a fantastic malt backbone. It keeps that sweetness of the fruit balanced with the bitterness, and it just carries it all the way through the beer. And on the finish, it doesn't stick with you. It's got a nice bitter finish, but it's not overly done. This is my beer. This place, I'm sorry, Lost Winds, you've been open a little over a year. I don't know what kind of sorcery or magic you guys are doing here, but there's too many beers here that I like, and you're making it very, very difficult to pick a favorite. But I'm not going to give any spoilers, but let's just say I'm drinking something very, very tasty right now. All right, my dudes, we tried all the beers here at Lost Winds Brewing, and now it's time to tell you which ones our favorites were. Jacob, why don't you go ahead and start?
So this was actually pretty hard for me because I love Belgian style, and they did a lot of great Belgian hybrid style beers. They did Belgian blondes and Belgian IPAs, straight Belgian strongs, and I really enjoyed them. I know for some people, when they try a lot of different Belgian style beers, they kind of taste kind of samey. Sort of like when you're trying a bunch of IPAs, you don't always get the nuances of dank and hoppy and tropical and piney. They just kind of all taste sort of IPA.
Yeah.
Same could be said for Belgian, but I really did enjoy that. I really enjoyed that they kind of played around with that style. That being said, my favorite beer that I ended up picking was Daylight Solving IPA at 5.6%. You really can't go wrong with this. It's basically a session IPA that packs the punch of an IPA, which I gotta say is kind of rare. I really pick on session IPA because it's so easy to do them wrong. It's so easy to be way too light and not enough flavor. The Nelson Sauvignon really comes through, and I just kept kind of going back to it. Whereas the other ones, sometimes their flavor either overpowered or just kind of didn't really make it through. This one did, and this is what I want to have a whole pint of. What about you, Jeff?
Well, guys, come on, let's be real. Lost Winds, they killed it. They killed it. There wasn't a beer that I didn't like here, and they've only been open like a year. A year. We had the pleasure of meeting Tim earlier as we came in, and he gave us a lot of input on their passion behind the brewery and, you know, where their Belgian influence came from. He told us about the history of where, you know, Cahiers Lost Wind came from, all that kind of stuff. But the thing is like when it comes to the beers, the Belgian style, I love the Belgian style. So every beer here with any type of Belgian influence is obviously a winner. Happy birthday, baby Jesus. So if you guys saw our Brewers Mash episode, you already knew I tried that, and I loved it. Mind you, I was shit-faced plastered when I tried it, but I still loved it. So you guys know I'm already there. But here's the thing. I'm a hop lover through and through, and there's one hop variety that has its way to my heart, and it's Galaxy. So Whirlpool Galaxy Double IPA was my favorite. Let me just tell you, this is just unfiltered, hoppy, fruity amazingness. And I'm sorry, give me a break for a second. I've been waiting like 5 minutes to drink this while I tell you that it's my favorite, so hang with me. Oh. So it's totally, you know, it's funny. This is the East meets West Coast. It's totally hazy, it's soft mouthfeel, it's fruity, tropical, but then on the back end you're getting that pininess from a normal West Coast style IPA. I don't know, it just wins in my book. I could drink this all fucking day and not feel bad about it. I mean, maybe the next day I would feel bad about it, but today I don't feel bad about it, so that's what matters.
And I gotta say, when I had it, I was like, I did notice, it's a really great standout. It definitely makes you kind of pause and appreciate that beer. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, so now guys, now that we've told you what our favorite beers were, we're just gonna sit back and enjoy them. And yeah, that's it. Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
All right, guys, so that's gonna do it here at Lost Winds Brewing Company. Thank you so much, Tim, and the other people working here for your great hospitality. We really enjoyed the beers.
Obviously, as you already know, I really enjoyed the Belgian-style beers. I really enjoyed the Mexican food that was catered to us the day we were here by the catering company. You guys have great food, so anytime you guys are here at Lost Winds, you're probably gonna have some pretty good food. That always makes me happy. I always want to have my good beer with good food, so today was a really good day. I was able to have both of those at the same time.
I feel like today we won, and the way that I say that we won is because Lost Winds created some amazing beers. We got to try them all, and on top of that, we got to pair it with some incredible food. What I will tell you guys is that if you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. That means give us a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We appreciate the following. It gives us more incentive to create more awesome episodes like this one. And if there's a brewery you want us to visit, let us know in the comments below. We want to know, and we'll be happy to visit them. Until then, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you next time on Let's Have Some Beer. Cheers.